So we're just heading up on a little farm shop trip today. It's Hilltop Farm in Leamington Spa. Now for some reason the name rings a bell, but I don't think I've been to a farm shop in Leamington Spa yet, so I guess when I get there, if I recognise it, I'll find out. But as far as I'm concerned at the moment, this is a new one, and just had a look online, and it looks like they've got quite a sizable farm shop. Some of these farm shops are quite small, they're perhaps just butchers, sell a few eggs. This one I think is a little bit more sizable, and always happy to be supporting. I'm going way too fast here. Chatting away, and it's actually a 20-mile limit, so better slow down a bit. But yeah, always happy to be supporting a farm shop in Warwickshire, West Midlands, around this area. All the difficulties farmers facing at the moment, happy to spend my money with them. It's probably my favourite place to get eggs, and can be one of my best places to get honey as well, especially if it's from the local beehives. So yeah, this part of the journey is not too interesting, but yeah, when we get closer to the farm shop, we'll hopefully catch some pictures of the inside of the shop and give it a little bit of publicity that way. It's a very nice day actually. It's the first day of March 2025, and it really is now starting to feel that the glimpses of spring on the way are making themselves manifest. And yeah, I suppose that's one of the signs that spring's on the way, is when you get more bikers out. But today, yeah, it's a really pleasant, warm day. Still gearing up to my North Coast 500 tour. I'm going to be planning to do this year. That should be really epic. And I'm going to do the standard anti-clockwise. No, am I? Yeah, sort of. So just wait for this to change for us. So a lot of my mates who've done the North Coast, they've sped up to Inverness, which I think is like a 7-hour marathon, and they've crashed out with a friend of theirs up there in Inverness, who's then hooked up with them and joined them, and they've spun around the North Coast. So in my case, I'm on my lonesome, and I also don't know the chap up there, although I probably could find out through friends, but I'm kind of going Lone Ranger on this one. I want the mental space to do some thinking, I think, and the complete freedom to choose my route and do what the hell I like. So I'm actually shooting up to like Loch Lomond, crashing up there. This is the plan anyway, it could change, but Loch Lomond, crash out there. That's about 6 hours and something ride. So many bikers out today. Then go up, and then up past Fort William, I think, and then cut across to Inverness through the Highlands. Check out the Loch Ness. See if I can see the Loch Ness monster. Do the Inverness, go up to Brora. This is all East Coast stuff now. I'm told the East Coast is not as nice as the West, but I'm told from what I see on YouTube it's still spectacular. So Brora, I'd like to do a whiskey distillery in Brora, because I quite like that tipple. And then go all the way up to Giant Groat, steal a sign, and then go across to I forget the name now, I'm forgetting the names, and crash out there. So that's like day 2, that's probably about 5 or 6 hours ish. Now, all the sights to see along that route, I'm still trying to figure them all out. So what I'm doing is I'm very thankful to everyone on YouTube who's done North Coast 500 videos. And one lady in particular, she's just done one where she's not showing you the scenery much. She's just showing you all the stops she did, like lots of stops. And even she had to miss some. There's no way I could be doing as many stops as her. Otherwise, I'd need 10 days up there. But she's certainly given me some great ideas, so I'm in the process of jotting down all these stops and then tying them to days of the journey. So day 3 is shooting across the north coast, down part of the west coast. Day 4, down the west coast. Day 5, day 5 I shoot down to the Lake District, and then day 6 coming home. I think that's roughly it. So the classic anti-clockwise, but instead of starting in Inverness, actually starting the opposite side and cutting across the Highlands. I'm sure I'm really going to like this North Coast 500. If you come across this video and you've done the NC 500 and you've got any tips for me, please drop them in the comments. That'd be awesome. But if I catch the sort of like the bug of the Scotland bug, I'll probably try and do in 2026. I'll try and do some islands. Maybe bike up to somewhere where I can wheel my bike on a ferry and do some islands. I'm already thinking that far ahead because I'm pretty sure I'm going to love this. This will be my first proper tour. You know, I've done Wales, but you know, I've never been to Europe yet, and I've certainly not done Scotland. So hopefully, this is going to like whet my appetite for greater things. And I just want it to be one big meditation at speed, and an opportunity to completely switch off from everything, just ride. Biking is freedom, and that's why we do it, despite the dangers. And I think going up there is the ultimate freedom. I have chosen holiday, right bang in the middle of holiday, so end of July, beginning of August is what I'm aiming for, which I always told myself I wouldn't do. I'm saying that I should go in September when there's no midges and there's far less people. But because I'm already... Oh look, is this the Kenilworth Castle or something? Where are we? Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like the Kenilworth Castle over there. How's that for a sight? Yeah, so because I'm already sort of going away in September, then it starts to get cold and rainy, and yeah, and I've got other holidays booked before. It's going to kind of have to be end of July, beginning of August. But in some ways, okay, you might get stuck behind people who hire motorhomes who don't know how to drive them. And I've seen like Baron von Grumble's video with his mate on the North Coast 500, where him and his mate nearly get like mowed down by some idiot in a camper van who's stubborn and doesn't want to give way or anything or let the bike through. So yeah, risking a bit of that, but at the same time there's going to be a lot of people there, and because I'm on my own, like, it feels like there's a bit of a comfort there of the fact that there's going to be loads of people doing the route, so should have some opportunity to chat to a few people, and also I suppose help is on hand if you need it, like if you go up there when there's no one up there. So yeah, there's a few things I'm kind of been contemplating, like, you know, bike security. Then I'm seeing online that no one seems fussed about it. On that route you're not very likely to get your bike nicked. It's not like central London. But yeah, there's some tips that I'm picking up, like disc locks, chain locks, and also covering your bike with a bike cover. It's interesting that's some kind of a deterrent. in that people would-be thieves, they're embarrassed to snoop under a bike cover. So it's not to say they wouldn't, but this is Kenilworth here. It's quite busy of a Saturday lunch. But it's just an added extra deterrent. So they're saying things like, you know, park in a well-lit spot, don't shove your bike down a dark alley at night, put the bike cover on it, put the disc lock and chain on it. And another thing I've been doing is I've booked hotels, like booking an Expedia, the sort of free cancellation, pay at property type. Because of the time of year I'm going, I was sort of concerned that things would get really booked up if I leave it too long. So I've got everything booked. Then what I'm going to do is see if I can find some more specific biker-friendly places. And then I might cancel some of the hotel stops in favour of something that's more dedicated biker pit stop. But at least, if I can't find anything nearer the time, I've got the other bookings, and although those might be maybe a little more expensive as well, they're booked. So that all of the accommodation I've already pre-booked now. So I'm the kind of person that likes to plan ahead, and so what I've been doing as well on the security is, you know, contacting the hotels. You can ping them via the apps, Expedia or Booking, and just asking, you know, what sort of secure lockup have you got for bikes? And a few have come back to me quite accommodating, saying, yeah, we could probably squeeze your bike in our garage type thing. So and I'm also deliberately selecting hotels like not right bang in a town centre, or kind of somewhere where obvious you know, location for a van to pull up and just stick your bike in the back. So that's security. If you've done the NC500 and wouldn't mind dropping me a comment about how you felt about that, you know, how you felt about leaving your bike at night out of sight and things, and was it in your mind, or did you just not worry about it at all? I don't think I've heard of anyone getting their bike nicked on that route, which is really good. What else? Things to take. You have to travel light, obviously. So what sort of things do you need? Well, it's interesting what guys are saying online. This is really the benefit of YouTube. So things that perhaps I hadn't thought of, like first aid kit, you know, snacks. I didn't really think of snacks, just assumed I would stop and eat along the way, which of course I will, but you know, one of the lads was saying one place he pulled up to late in the evening, everything was closed, there were no shops around, so at that point he was grateful for his snacks. Puncture repair kit, that I kind of was aware of from the previous, and I should have mentioned I was supposed to do the NC500 years ago, 2019, but it got cancelled due to bad weather in the end. Some of the lads ended up going after I'd already cancelled it with work and everything, and the weather was fine in the end, so there was a bit of scaremongering amongst some of the group, which is a pain, but in some ways I'm grateful I didn't do it then, because I didn't have all the cameras. I didn't have any cameras. All I had is a mobile phone, and now I've got a GoPro, which means, you know, I can record the memories. So in some ways it's worked out well. Perhaps I would have just done it again for the footage. But like I say, I want to do something a little bit different in 2026. Probably do the islands. So yeah. What was I? So some guys might actually take fuel with them. You can get like this Oxford cylinder, like jerry can, but like a cylinder-shaped jerry can, and put fuel in it, just in case you get really stuck. I'm on quite a thirsty bike actually, which is the MT10. It's not the best bike for touring, long distance, heavy-duty touring. Although it's got better. It's got better than the older MT10s that you just absolute guzzlers, like G-Wagons of the bike world. So, yeah, I mean, what guys say is, who've done it, my mates have said this as well, you just fill up wherever you can. Wherever you see a filling station, you stick a bit of fuel in a tank once you're actually on the circuit up there. Because you never know exactly where you might find the next one. But I'm just thinking, if I had a cylinder of fuel, then if I got like really stuck, I could get myself out of a tight fix. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about that. If you've done the NC500, how did you find the fuel? I could, if I'm really diligent, I could figure out all the fuel stops along the route beforehand. It's amazing that having a good one in the middle of the countryside here. Then again, there's quite a lot of Sikhs in Leamington, so. Right, so how far are we now? 12:49. We're about 10 minutes away, and it's nice now to be out in the sticks. We're going to go and check out this farm shop. Ah, there's a dead fox there. Shame. Beautiful animals. Shame to see them killed. Yeah, I was thinking I was going to know more about the North Coast 500, but maybe on another time. Yeah, I was talking about like things to pack. How many clothes do you take? Do you take some swimming trunks so you can do some cold dips up there? See, I really would like to do cold dips, but I'm conscious that I'll be on my own, and also I'm not going to have bags and bags of time, because it is about 5 hours of riding each day without stopping. So really, that's going to translate to at least 7 hours a day. I don't know if I'm going to have time to go cold dipping in locks, but I guess I should really. My Wim Hof mindset. So yeah, how long we got now to this farm shop? We still got about 10 minutes, just over. Don't know if I've been up this way before. Doesn't look very familiar. Cummington. Have I been to Cummington before? No idea. Yeah, great to see all the bikers out today. Oh, why are you going so close to me? Back off. Try and get this dude off my backside. Moment. 1 PM exactly arrival time. What was that? McLaren or something? Nice car that. Yeah, a lot more of this to come this year. I think I'm going to be doing loads of these like 1 hour round trips to check out nice farm shops and pubs and things. That's what it's all about. That's what we want to do. And it's nice to have so much nearby. Just not much in the way of organic farm shops, sadly. But they got a lot of pressures already. If there was a real decent organic farm around here, then I would be one of their greatest customers, I think. very nice. Little hamlet of Offchurch. Nice little bridge over the river here. Yeah, this is lovely. So, Stag, pub, restaurant, whatever. The Stag. Worth checking out one day as a pub visit. Okay, we're going to be taking a left off this road soon, I think, or is that just the road veering to the left? I'm not quite sure. But getting quite close, I think. Yeah, we're under 5 minutes away now, so what's that at the Hilltop farm? What do I need today? Well, I definitely need eggs. We're eating a lot of eggs at the moment. I seem to be having eggs every day now. Everyone in the family seems to be following the same habit. Eggs, honey, bread. They do some nice bread. Ah, damn, the road's closed, so that's a setback. Sometimes when the road is closed, you end up going down a nicer route. Yeah, my sat-nav's found its way. Yeah, so some sauces. I notice sometimes the farm shops do some nice sauces, like for meat, especially like the butcher ones. That could be nice. Some honey, some bread, and whatnot, and what have you. Wow, there's just so much roadworks going on here. This is all HS2. Incredible. Just changing the whole landscape, really. Okay, so I'm getting very, very close now. Is this it? No. It's been soon though. Coming up very soon. So be careful I don't miss the turn. Hopefully there's a decent sign. Right, I think it's just coming up here now. Hilltop Farm. Here we are, guys. Drive-through hog roast event. There's a flipping hog roast event today. Yeah, it's looking popular. Wow, this is popular today. Maybe it's the hog roast. That looks awesome. So it's a real nice farm shop. Here's what I got. Some freshly baked bread. Some gluten-free pasta, as my son is gluten-free at the minute. Some Warwickshire honey. 3 boxes of eggs. We're getting through a lot of eggs at the moment. 1, 2, 3. And then a marvellous looking pork pie, which is my lunch for today. Ciao for now.